Hello guys, welcome again to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be discussing about the internal structure of kidneys and the functioning of nephrons. Yesterday we have talked about the excretory system. So let's discuss about the internal structure of the kidney, also known as the anatomy of kidney. Towards the center of the inner concave surface of the kidney, hilum is present, through which ureters and blood vessels enters. The outer layer of the kidney is made up of a tough capsule known as the renal capsule. Inside the kidneys there are two zones. One is the outer zone and another is the inner zone. The outer zone is known as the cortex and the inner zone is known as the medulla. So let's talk about the structure of the medulla. There is a region present named as renal pelvis, and there are pyramid-like structures which are known as medullary pyramids. The projection which are towards the inside of the medullary pyramids are known as the calyx. As you are watching, the depression between the two medullary pyramids known as the renal column or the columns of Bertini. This is the depression between the two medullary pyramids up to which cortex is extended. Students, you know that renal arteries are the branches of aorta, and aorta carry oxygenated blood from heart. But this oxygenated blood is considered as impure blood while talking about the kidneys. You all must have a question that why is it so? In the circulatory system, we have talked about the oxygenated blood is considered as pure blood, but why it is considered as impure blood while talking about the kidneys? Students, as you know that kidneys do filtration of blood. It excretes out nitrogenous wastes like urea from the body. The oxygenated blood is considered as impure blood because of the presence of the nitrogenous waste in it. The purity and impurity here depends upon the presence or the absence of nitrogenous waste. So, the blood carried by the renal arteries is considered as impure blood because of the presence of the nitrogenous waste in it, and the blood carried by the renal veins are considered as pure blood because of the absence of nitrogenous waste in it. So, in this cortex and medulla, the structural and functional unit of kidneys are present, which is known as nephrons. This is the structure of nephrons. First, let's talk about the structure of nephrons. The renal artery is further branched into efferent arteriole, and the renal vein is further branched into efferent arteriole. Then there is a cup-like structure known as the Bowman's capsule. In this Bowman capsule, a tuft of capillaries are present, which is known as the glomerulus. Here, filtration takes place. After that, the proximal convoluted tubule. Here, reabsorption of nutrients takes place. Then, you can see the structure of loop of Henle, which is just like the hairpin. So this loop of Henle is differentiated into two types. One is the descending loop of Henle. It is the first part of the loop of Henle, and the second is the ascending loop of Henle. It is the second part of the loop of Henle. After that, you can see the distal convoluted tubule. Here, reabsorption takes place. This finally opens into the collecting duct. So let's talk about the functioning. The impure blood, that is blood which contains nitrogenous waste, enters into the glomerulus with the pressure, and the filtration occurs here. But with the useless substances, important substances also go in this tubule. So the blood vessels are present all over the structure of the nephrons to do the reabsorption of the nutrients. Now you can see the two arrows. One is far away from this tubule and one is towards the inside of this tubule. So first, these arrows are used to symbolize the reabsorption from this tubule is occurring into the blood vessels. And these arrows denotes the secretion of different substances into this tubule. So you can see the structure of the proximal convoluted tubule. Here reabsorption of carbonate, sodium chloride, water, nutrients and potassium takes place. And to maintain the pH and ionic balance of the body fluids, the selective secretion of hydrogen ions and ammonia takes place. Then there is a loop of Henle. I have told you that there are two parts of loop of Henle. One is the descending loop of Henle and another one is the ascending loop of Henle. So the descending loop of Henle is impermeable to electrolyte and permeable to water. So the water is reabsorbed in this part and make the filtrate concentrated. After that, the ascending loop of Henle. The ascending loop of Henle is impermeable to water but allows transport of electrolytes actively or passively. Therefore, the filtrate get diluted. Now, it goes into the distal convoluted tubule. Here, conditional reabsorption of sodium ions and water takes place. Distal convoluted tubule is also capable of reabsorption of carbonate ions and selective secretion of hydrogen and potassium ions to maintain the pH and to maintain the sodium-potassium balance in the blood. Now, it finally opens into the collecting duct. Here, large amount of water could be reabsorbed from the blood vessels. The water is get absorbed into the blood vessels from the collecting duct. Here, small amount of urea is also get reabsorbed into the blood vessels. So, the urine produced here is very concentrated. The urine finally goes to the ureters, then to the urinary bladders, and then to the urethra, and then to the outer surface of the body. That's all about the functioning of the nephrons. So don't forget to like, comment and to share my video. Subscribe and press the bell icon button for regular updates. Thank you. Keep supporting and keep motivating.